The ACLU coaching school districts how to defraud the taxpayers out of their hard-earned money, not to mention cut you, the parent, out of your children's lives. I'm Tim Thompson. This is Our Watch.
There's a lot. They're going to talk about opt-in, opt-out today. So, that, and also the rights of students for leaving the campus to have some medical attention.
Regardless of how old the student is, they can walk into a doctor's office and consent to these services without parental consent. Young people have the right to leave school to seek confidential medical services without the consent or notification of their parents or guardians. And I think the key thing to remember here is that when you're thinking about confidential medical release, the right belongs to the young person. So it doesn't belong to the parent, it doesn't belong to the school. The right lies with the young person. The most important piece of this is that schools cannot share this information with parents or guardians. Also, no parent call. So a teacher or the attendance office can't call home and say, so-and-so was out at, the doctor's office receiving X. Did you know about this? Cannot do that. Are there any questions on this piece? I know this piece often, yeah, there is. Yes?
So are they considered, absent?
I think what needs to happen then is the school must develop a policy so that doesn't happen.
When it comes to online attendance tracking, it's a little trickier because schools, as everyone in this room knows, have to report attendance, right?
The business, because attendance is financial.
Yeah, if you say medical, that's actually a violation of the student's privacy rights. If you say unexcused absence and penalize them, that's a violation of the law. So what the heck are you supposed to do? Some districts do things like they'll say, oh, the student was with an administrator at this time, and that administrator, they won't answer further questions. It's a little tricky though, which is why it's kind of more of an art than a science, and there are a few different ways to do it, right? It can't say the student was in class just like every other day, right? Because that's not true to the law for reimbursement reasons. Which is why we think kind of the best option is something that is amorphous, doesn't disclose that that person was off campus having a medical appointment. But saying it's an excused absence does not directly violate the law.
So what you just saw was the ACLU coaching school districts how to fudge the numbers, how to show a child as they're at school when they're not really there at school, and don't tell the parents. We can't let the parents know what's going on. Not to mention, we don't want the federal government to hear the child wasn't there, otherwise we won't get the money. And so this stuff is just absolute corruption.